Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. What I do, what I do for you. I got a nice little lesson for you today. Something I threw together after watching my boys. What's that? Uh, Bruce Lipton and Diop. Them guys, Dispenza and Cheops. Three of them. They're real smart guys. They talk about the brain and how it works, programming, psychologically, good stuff. But I'm gonna go there today a little bit about the brain. Okay, so let's talk about it. Right as the 25 rules live by, storytelling, story with a message. This is the story for life. I give life lessons. I learn them, expand on them, and give them to you. Hopefully, it can help you out. That's what I do. Today, we're gonna get into a nice little understanding from my perspective again. I appreciate you tuning in. We got a good thing going. Let's go. Right Thinker's mission, and that's what I'm on daily, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Get to know yourself a little bit better. Right Thinker's way of life, and that's what it is for me, through mental and spiritual discipline daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission, that all right thinkers do just that. Know thyself. Just the information I give you to help you do that. That's why I do what I do. Hopefully to help you. Let's go. There's a purpose and a reason. Know thyself is the question I ask. The answer is rhetorical, but you should have it for yourself. If you don't know, I'll help you out with that. That's again what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's what I do. I do. You stay tuned. I got you. Appreciate you too. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual law clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know that self. And to my eye, be true. Today, again, let's talk right thinkers. Let's talk about how to commune with God from your heart mind. Here you go again. Yeah, I'm at it. I'm going to do it again. Remember, as I go through this, do you know where God, I asked the question, where's God in man? Where God dwell in man? Well, if you don't know, just say you don't know. And man, I try to help you out, but if you're going to play this ring around the rosy game, I hate teaching people who think they know something but don't. So it's hard to enlighten them. Why? Because they think they know. So I like to teach those who know they don't know, so they're willing to learn. That's what I like to talk to. Mostly you. I got you. Watch this. See, your heart is pure love. God is love. That's what it says. Compassion. Again, heartfelt. Empathy. Again, for somebody else. Compassion, feeling, heartfelt. All these things come from the heart. Love, everything that's good. But it needs what? A mind. Heart, mind, coherence. The heart do what the heart do. It's going to do that. But that's the gift that God gave us. He also gave us something else, a mind, to do what? To conceive him, to become conscious of him, aka know thyself. That's just the concept I'm trying to work in there. You see where I'm going with this? Hopefully you can follow along. But our hearts, watch this. Our hearts is the blessing given to us from God, but it belongs to God. Your mind is what he gave you as a gift, is yours to use and implement any way you like, aka free will, become God conscious, know thyself. All those are things that we are capable to do that no other animal on the earth can. That's what makes us unique. Did you know that we're the only animals that know death? Other animals don't have no idea of death. So they don't run around, I'm just, no, they just live instinctively. That's why if you go through life living instinctively, you can get away with that, but it ain't gonna be good in the end. That's all. I have always personally had a good heart. My mind didn't work in harmony with my heart. Why? I was spiritually ignorant. I was streetwise. I was ego tripping. I was doing me. God was the last thing on my mind. So understand that. But he was with me. The whole ride. He took the whole ride with me. Didn't say nothing. Didn't do nothing until I figured it out. He said, well, I've been waiting for you the whole time, dude. So that's what happens. He knows. He's just waiting for you to know. That's the idea of waking up. That's the idea of knowing thyself. That's the idea of getting knowledge and understanding, manifesting for yourself to prove who you are, knowing that you and the higher self are really one. Your heart is the seat of God. They call it the dwelling place of God. Why? He sits and he waits. I just told you. All the time I was doing that nonsense, he was sitting and waiting. Didn't say a word. That's why the difference in me talking to him and him sitting back watching. When I'm doing that nonsense, he had nothing to say. He could care less. He let me just wild out. Watch this. Until what? You learn to meditate, which is what? Communing with your higher self. That's the heart mind coherence. When the heart is working, the mind is thinking. When they come together as one, ooh, Nelly. That's when the fireworks start. Okay, that's the awakening. That's the connection that you need. I told you before, it's like a marriage. The heart got to marry the mind. They got to come together and work as one. Like male and female having sex, trying to become one. The heart and the mind does the same thing, metaphorically. Spiritual knowledge, aka spiritual truth, when learned and lived, you have what we call heart mind coherence, aka spiritual enlightenment, or the word we use, nihas. That's when you know thyself. When your third eye opening, you know I wrought the eye for that purpose. I want all right thinkers to open up their spiritual eye. That's what it really is. Take the veil of ignorance, spiritual ignorance. Once you remove the veil, you see everything for what it is out the third eye. The heart is where God dwells and his children. She's our spirit. We all know that, but do we know that? Some of us think God is up there somewhere. So we all don't know that God is inside us. But I have a good heart. We all do. But watch this. Without right thinking or the heart-mind connection, the heart do what the heart do. And having a big heart and a small mind never ends well for you. Why? Because if you're a giver, you're going to constantly give. But if you're not a smart giver, you're going to be giving to the wrong people. That's never good for you. You want to give to the people who appreciate it, aka the needy, not the greedy. We all have, watch this, we all have love for all. We're just ignorant. Watch this. We love our family, we love our parents, we love the people. We pick and choose who we love. Love should be unconditional. Animals don't pick and choose. They love unconditional. Okay, you feed them, take care of them, they're going to love you. Simple. So we just ignorant of what we are. We are all one part of the metaphorical ocean of love and consciousness. Heart is pure love and consciousness. No bad stuff coming from that side. So that's why it's where it's supposed to be. Watch this. Being God conscious is what? Knowing God is everything. We humans have free will to come to that understanding for ourselves. You can be led astray, you can be told this, and you can believe that. But with knowledge of self, spiritual truth and knowledge, you manifest for yourself. So you ain't got to worry about believing, you know. I keep telling you, my knowledge of God comes from my experiences, not from what somebody told me. No, or what I believe, what I experience. So, and I prove that on a day-to-day basis. So I'm good with that. The heart is pure love, and having a big heart and a small brain, lack of knowledge, lack of self, you're going to do and give it to the wrong people. People are going to use you. That's called being used. If you have something of value and you're not smart with it, the phrase is, a fool and his money will soon part. Whatever you have of value and you don't understand the value of it, you're just going to give it away. Money, same thing, merchandise, whatever it is. But when you learn to value what it is you have, you understand a lot more when and who to give it to or share it with. Simple as that. These guys get rich, get a bunch of money. If she look good, she get money. Don't work that way. That's a fool. Eventually, that's going to take his money away. It's been the old saying, haven't changed. Young people, because you're getting into the world at this age to find things out, it's been around a long time. Understand that. Moving on. Right thinking philosophy teaches you what? How to purify your heart. Well, how you do that? By thinking right, doing and acting right. And then something comes with that. That will be taken care from another source. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody but you and the higher up. Trust me. Watch this. My heart, my heart say love all. Yeah, and that's what it does. But my mind, not so fast, my friend. At least Corso would tell you, not so fast. Why? Right thinking says, know the needy from the greedy. That's why. We've all done something that we thought somebody would appreciate. You did something for somebody because they was in need and they needed your help, whatever it was, lent them money, help them out, whatever, and kind of found out that they didn't appreciate it. Don't that hurt? I hate wasting my time and effort and not being, that just burns me up. So yeah, I'm really particular about who I help and what I do for. Simple. That's what you should all be. That way we don't get used as much. When people say they can't use you, they stop trying. If they know you're a soft touch, they gonna hit you up. Soft touch meaning you just fall for a story. They just come and tell you the sad story, and you want to help them out. You want to save the world, so to speak. Got a bunch of them right around here too. I teach you what not to lead with what your heart. That heart is just it don't do nothing but do what it do. You need to use this, and I'm not immune. Why? I made bad mistakes and bad choices leading with this. Sometimes leading with this. The first one was how it looked. The second one, I thought I was in love. See? So it ain't no one set way. Okay, you can be wrong with your heart and your mind. But if you work them together, I'm trying to tell you, come out on top. Now, if you don't think, right, this is, that work for you, try it out. Let your heart lead you and see how many times your heart get broken. Simple. Let your mind dictate where your heart go and see how many times your mind get broken. Simple as that. But the heart, that's not a good thing to be having broken. You can fix the mind, you can rearrange your thought, you can change the program, but the heartbreak is kind of severe. If you're all thinking, you will be what? Emotionless. If you use the thought process, I call that's Anubis, discernment. When you're discernment, it ain't how you feel, it's what you know. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Simple as that. If I love you, I care for you, all that. If you're wrong, I'm gonna let you know you're wrong. That had nothing to do with you being right or wrong. So don't put my feelings in it. No, get out of that nonsense. We gotta get enough of that too. Emotionless, no love for anyone, just pure thought and deal with them from right or wrong aspect. Why? Because once you get emotional, feelings can be led astray, and they're not always good. Like I said, emotions are good servants, bad leaders. Like the ego, it'll serve you, but don't let it lead you. Okay. With proper use of what? Your discernment. Here we go. That's thinking. That's the mind. You will know truth from untruth, aka lies from actual facts, and deal with them accordingly. Okay? I keep my heart purified. How you do that? By doing what's this? By living, treating people right when daily. That's right thinking philosophy. It's a way of life for me. Why? Because it works for me. I ain't telling you what to do. I ain't telling you got to go up and do. No, I'm telling you what I do, and it works for me. That's what right thinking philosophy is. Not no one set way. What works for you is right thinking for you. Okay? So philosophically, ain't no, or just right thinking just no. Whatever works for you. That's right thinking. If you figure out what you need to do while you're doing it, you're right thinking. So let me wrap this up. The heart and mind, God and man. Why? The heart is from God. The mind is of man. That's our consciousness. And when you get them to working together as one in the flesh, you become what? God conscious, enlightened being, anointed, Christhood, horsehood, knee highs. All those things are meaning the same thing. You knowing you who you are. Your heart is God-given. Your mind is your own ego self, which is also God-given, but is your free will to do what you think is best for you. Again, that's even right thinking. You make the decision. If you do wrong, that's your decision. But guess what? You got to be prepared to live with the consequences. That's all. Most people do wrong, don't want to live with the consequence of that wrong act. If you don't want to deal with the punishment, the consequence of a wrong act, don't commit it. I was a drug dealer. I knew if I sold drugs, I either go to jail or get killed. I took jail. Okay. I stopped doing that. Why? I don't want them options no more. Might not be lucky to go to jail. Maybe I get killed. So if I don't want that, what I do? Stop doing it. Simple. Quick joke. I went to doc. He said, Doc, it hurt every time I do that. I say, don't do that. Common sense works for me. I was watch this, halfway good. Why? Because my heart was always good. I was always a good dude. When I made drug transactions, drug deals, I didn't cheat nobody. I didn't rob nobody. I was an honest guy. So I knew my heart was in the right place. I wasn't just no, I seen people just bad people. Okay. And with power, a bad person in power, never good. Look at the government we next for that. You don't know. All right, but my point is that if you're not a good person at heart, you can do bad things. Trust me. And I always had my mind was mind thinking. I thought I was thinking right until I actually figured it out by doing right. Okay, you can be, watch this, a bad person due to what? Spiritual ignorance. Most of us are. It's not a bad thing, but you can change it if you choose to. You can remain spiritually ignorant to your dying day. Okay, but there's a price to pay. Some people don't want to pay. But if you change and you still have a good heart, you can like I said, I was a good person, did bad things when I was spiritually ignorant. But when it changed, I changed. That's the difference. When people show no love, remorse for other people, we say they have what? No heart. They cold. They just because with heart you feel like compassion. I can't stand gory stuff. I can't stand no. I don't like none of that. So my mind, watch this. My mind conceived God at the point when it connected with my heart, and already I became conscious of what my higher self. I figured out something and I started manifesting what I thought I should do, which is live right, do right, treat people right, get a routine, get a program, and see how much I can mount up. And it never stopped. It's continuing to this day. So trust me, I know. Moving on. I'm about to wrap it up. Here's my time. I'm sorry about that, but let me end this right here. The heart, like the spirit, it needs a body. Heart by itself. You can get heart transplant. We don't start putting hearts in different people. Yeah, all body parts are interchangeable if the blood type is right and all that good stuff. Some things to go in there. But I asked the question. I got a few questions. Let me wrap this up. The heart can be shared. Heart transplants are possible now, but is the God conscious heart going to match up with that new mind that it just went into? Just a concept. You hear about heart transplants, but not a lot about them don't work. Why? Because something don't work. Either the blood type ain't right or the mind don't connect with the heart. It don't work. Simple. So I asked the question. Quick story. The lady got killed, choked out, raped, and when the guy was actually this psychotic psycho telling her or looking at her face while he's killing her, and when she died, her heart got transplanted into a young lady. Okay? The heart remembered, and it told the new person they had a heart in, and they tracked the guy down and got him. So the heart has a conscience. It has a brain. I've been trying to say that to you. That's one of the proof that the heart is bad memory. Okay, moving on. We all have the same parts, body parts. True, yeah, but our blood type differs back and forth. Why? All blood ain't the same. That's what I'm going to show you. We got different blood types. With my heart, work in the same, well, my heart worked the same in somebody else's chest, in somebody else's mind. I just gave it a thought, just do it out there. I was thinking about that, so, Okay, something to think about. Last one. See, the heart can be transplanted. But do God go with the heart, or that's the question I always ask. And only those who've been there know. I don't know. I'm just got a question. Some things we don't know, but those who know, ask somebody who knows. Person who had a heart transplant, be the best person to ask. I didn't have one, but I'm finding out. I'm gonna ask somebody who do know. And get back with you with the answer. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got to go.